Hey there, this video is about translating applications and internationalization. But first, let's take a look at the tip of the day. Warm your hands before you shake hands. Rub them together. So this is again about making a great first impression. So make sure that when you go to interviewing sessions that you have a dry and warm handshake. And also make sure that your handshake is a firm one, because a soft handshake is seen as a sign of weakness. Okay? Dry, warm, and a firm handshake is very important. So open your Android Studio project, and then let's go inside the layout folder. So inside the activity underline main, let's go ahead and just open the default one. So here you can see that we've got this image of Michael Jackson, and we have this button with the text left, right, and this button at the bottom. So let's select this left button and let's change the text of this button to left button. Okay, but this is not a good programming practice if you hard code the value of the text of this button, because it's against the internationalization rules. So let's switch to the text tab here, and I'm just going to open the preview and tap on this left button so that the XML code of this button is highlighted. So here notice that if I hover over this text attribute of this button, it says hard-coded string left button should use @string resource. So if you want to translate your application to different languages of the world, you should use the string resources file. Well, the string resources file allows you to create different string values for different languages. By hard-coding the string of this button here, we do not give ourselves a chance to translate our application to different languages. I remember back in the time when I was learning about Android app development, a client contacted me and she wanted the application to be translated to another language. And I had no idea what to do in order to translate the application, and all of the UI components of the application had the hard-coded text. So this was a very bad programming practice, and it took a lot of my time and efforts to solve this problem. But if I instead used the string resources file, I could have saved myself and the client a lot of time and effort. So let's just go ahead and open the project pane, open the app folder, res, and here we've got this values folder. Open it, and here we have the strings.xml file. So now I want to change the text of this left button to previous song. So just go ahead and open the strings.xml file, and then here we need to create a new string resource. So I'm just going to open a tag string. So the name is going to be left button text. Okay. And later, when we want to set the text of that left button, we refer to this name. So just put the closing tag here, and the Android Studio puts this separate closing tag for us. Inside the tags, I just need to enter my value. So the value is going to be previous song. Okay. So now if you go to activity underline main.xml, so here for the text of this button, left button, I'm just going to delete this value, and I'm going to refer to the string resources file @string/left button text. So if you go to the design tab, you can see that the text of this button is changed to previous song. So here I have a challenge for you. Go ahead and change the text of this right button and this button here at the bottom. You can set the text of this button to play song if you want. So just go ahead, give this challenge your best shot, and then continue watching this tutorial and see how I am going to solve this problem. So hopefully you could have set the text of these buttons using the strings.xml file. But now I'm just gonna go to the strings.xml file. I'm just gonna copy and paste this resource here. So let's change the name of this resource to right button text, and the value is going to be next song. So just go to activity underline main.xml, select the right button. For the text attribute here, just refer to the @string/right button text. Okay, now we have the button at the bottom. So again, I'm just gonna copy and paste this string here. So the name is going to be changed to play button text. And the value is going to be play or play song. So just switch to the activity on alignment.xml, select the button. The text is going to be play button text. So hopefully that makes sense. And now let's learn about internationalization. So inside the strings.xml file here, we have something called edit translations for all locales in the translation editor. So if you click on this open editor here at the top, you will see that we have this open editor here, and we have this icon that says add locale, and we can add our translations here. For example, I want to translate my application to another language. I just need to click on this add locale, and I just need to select one of these languages. For example, I can select the Spain or any other languages that I want. So I'm just gonna use this Spain, and then here for the app name, the value Android UI is already set for this language, Spain. So I'm just gonna select this handler and make it a little bit wider so you can see this column that is added here. But for the left button text, you can see that there is no value for the Spanish language. So for the English language, the default value is previous song. So for example, for the Spain, you can enter a value here, okay? You can just double click inside this empty area and just enter a value here, okay? Or for the play song, again, I can enter another value or the next song. So this means that when the user's device language is set to Spain, then when the user opens our application, these values for the Spain language will be set for the user. For example, the user will see the value of the left button text in Spain with this value. The user will see this value. Or when the user opens the application, and instead of the play song, then they will see the Spanish equivalent of this default value. Because if the user sets the language of the device to, for example, Spain, then the application will show these values. If you want to, you can add as much locales as you want. So for example, here I'm just gonna choose Chinese, right? Again, I can select this handler, make it wider, and I can enter values for the left button text, play button, and right button. So this is how you translate your applications to another languages. And if you open the project pane here, if you go to the rest folder values, you will see that the strings.xml file is now a folder containing three more strings.xml file. The first one is the default one that we already used. The second one is the strings.xml file EU-RES. So this is for the Spanish language, and this is for the Chinese language. So you can just tap on these strings.xml files and use these files in order to add the translations instead. You don't have to use the translations editor, but this translations editor is more easier to use. Hopefully that makes sense.